fraud?
Boodum.
How come elections results ain't come out yet?
The short answer is that GCOM is trying to rig the elections for the PNC to win.
What I hear is the PPP trying to rig.
That's because you're exposed to PNC propaganda.
No, I just look at real news, like Guyana Chronicle, NCN, and DPI News.
Lill, that's the definition of propaganda. Imran Khan does shit through remote and talk through BTO.
But you just listen to them too?
That's the thing. You need to listen to both sides. The PPP got their propaganda machines like iNews, TVG, and MTV, and the PNC got their own mouthpiece like Gordon Mosley and Capital News. The only way you can be properly informed is by listening to both sides and other news agencies who try to be unbiased.
But you seem biased against the PNC.
Lill, the only bias I have is against lies. Regardless of which political party I favor, I cannot come out and tell people lies.
So why you said GCOM rigging the elections for PNC?
That's the thing. If the PPP was trying to rig, I would call them out too. But anybody that got eyes to see would see that GCOM is an extension of the PNC.
But isn't the PPP preventing GCOM from doing its work? I heard this whole thing started when the PPP stormed the Region 4 office and disrupted the whole process.
That's what a subscriber of PNC propaganda would say. But here's what really happened. Watch this.
How do you allocate votes to analog journals?
They're declaring a win for the Apnu without confirming Region 4. This is fraud.
The PNC would have you believe that the PPP people stormed GCOM and disrupted the process.
This is unacceptable. Shame on you.
What is this? You're cheating on election.
They are attempting to declare the election without counting Region 4. We're here. They rigged all of it, and now they're declaring.
Don't call my name. Don't call my name.
But you're a better person than that.
Every day I come here, I avoid y'all.
I know.
Don't sell it,
You're
your
a better
nonsense. You
person
have
than
problem
that.
with
No,
someone.
no problem.
You take it out of them.
You can teach. You're a better person than that.
You come and
Anything to do to save from themselves. Anything to do to save.
What about the people of Guyana? Oh my God! What about the people of Guyana? Oh my God! All you
This is an embarrassment. Total embarrassment. Region, you cannot declare victory unless all ballots are counted. It has not been done. They have done everything they can. This is unacceptable.
We got the votes.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
Voted by you. Voted by you. Voted by you. Voted by you. Don't worry with me. Don't worry with me.
But it was not just the PPP that was protesting. All the other parties were objecting to what the Region 4 returning officer was trying to do, which was declaring results in favor of the PNC without counting the votes on the statement of polls as he is required to do by law.
So what can happen now?
Well, a series of events unfolded after what you just saw, and the case is in court now, with the PNC people trying to block a recount of the votes. Meanwhile, their people posted at GCOM's headquarters calling themselves the guardians of democracy. They are physically watching the containers to ensure that no one tampers with it. It's their belief that once a recount is done, it will reveal the true winner of the elections.
The PNC?
I don't know. What I do know is that everyone is calling for a recount except the PNC. If I was a PNC person and I knew I won, I would have joined the call to have those ballots recounted. But instead, the PNC people filing court actions to stop the recount.
So we can only get results until after the recount?
Well, technically we already have the results. The Region 4 returning officer declared fake results that put the PNC as the winner overall.
So why they don't just swear in President Granger and be done with it?
They could very well do that. And in fact, I believe Granger will be sworn in.
I still believe they should just forget about this back and forth and just swear in President Granger.
The problem with swearing him in is that the whole world knows that they rigged the elections, so they're trying to contort the constitution and trying to justify the rig, which has so far proved difficult. If they swear in Granger without a transparent process for the declaration of the results, then our country could be isolated from the international community.
So who needs the international community?
Lill, you sound like a die-hard PNC supporter, and what you people don't understand is that if we're isolated from the free world, our country as a whole will be brought to its knees.
But we got oil.
Who will buy the oil and how will we collect the money from the sales?
Russia can buy with oil.
Like you forget the PNC does not have a good relationship with the Russians. Remember they're accusing them of hacking our elections?
Alright, but I know I will be okay because at least my grandmother will still send money for me.
Western Union and MoneyGram will not be able to operate in this country if we're under sanctions.
Well, we could start mining chicken and plant we own food.
Oh, suddenly is we know. Let's say we plant our own food and rear chickens. What if we get sick? Where will we get medicine from? Countries under sanctions have a difficult time getting access to medicine.
But at least we can have a decent president who is fit and proper and abiding by the constitution.
Okay, but what could he do for us if we're hungry and dying? Lill, you need to wake up and understand the seriousness of this situation. You came from a PNC family and I understand why you think you need to support the swearing in of Granger at this time. But if Granger is sworn in without verifying the true results of these elections, it will be the end of Guyana as we know it.
Me and Kay, I still love my president. Let the blow blow blow.